Chapter 13. Morning arrived far too quickly. I'd survived the rehearsal dinner. I'd survived the balcony. I'd survived the kiss. Barely. The memory had followed me into my dreams, making sleep almost impossible. Now armed with a clipboard and an industrial-sized coffee, I was determined to be nothing but professional. That lasted approximately 11 minutes. Harper? I looked up from adjusting the seating chart. One of Mia's bridesmaids, Chloe, wandered over wearing a silk robe and a bright smile. "Have you seen your boyfriend?" Boyfriend. The words still made my stomach do strange little somersaults. "He was helping the groomsmen." She grinned. "Oh, good." Before I could ask why, she disappeared toward the terrace. Curiosity got the better of me. I looked up and immediately wished I hadn't. Maddox was standing with the groomsmen, laughing. Chloe walked straight over to him. She said something. He laughed again. Then, she reached out and lightly touched his arm. He didn't move away. Instead, he smiled. A perfectly normal smile, a friendly smile, an innocent smile. So why did it suddenly feel like someone had replaced my coffee with battery acid? Harper? You've been staring at the same flower arrangement for 2 minutes. I have not. Mia looked over my shoulder. Oh, she smiled. I see. You see what? You've got the look. What look? The one that says you're pretending not to care. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Mia laughed. Sure you don't. I straightened a perfectly straight napkin. I have work to do. Of course. She walked away wearing the smile of someone who knew exactly what was happening. I frowned at the napkin. Then at Maddox. Then at Chloe, who laughed at something he just said. I didn't like her laugh. It was entirely unreasonable, completely irrational, utterly ridiculous. I decided I didn't like her anyway. I spent the next 20 minutes pretending I had important wedding planner things to do. I did, mostly, but somehow every task seemed to bring me back to wherever Maddox happened to be. Coincidence? Absolutely not. The universe was enjoying itself again. I was checking the escort cards when laughter drifted across the terrace. His laughter. I looked up before I could stop myself. Maddox was still talking to Chloe. She tossed her hair over one shoulder and laughed at something he'd said. Then she lightly nudged his arm. Again. "Oh, for goodness sake," I muttered. "What was that?" Mia asked as she walked past carrying a bouquet. Nothing. You sound like someone who definitely said something. I didn't. She glanced toward the terrace, then back at me. A slow smile spread across her face. I'll pretend I didn't notice. You noticed what? Exactly. She walked away before I could protest. Traitor. I took a deep breath. You are Harper Quinn, professional wedding planner, successful business owner, a grown woman. You are not jealous. I repeated it 3 more times. It didn't become any more believable. I marched toward the terrace with every intention of, well, I wasn't entirely sure. Saying hello, checking on the timeline, definitely not interrupting. Planner girl. Maddox spotted me first. There you are. His smile was effortless. The same smile that had made me forget my own name on a balcony less than 12 hours ago. Everything okay? He asked. Fine. He tilted his head. That sounded suspicious. I'm working. So am I. Chloe smiled warmly at me. Your boyfriend is hilarious. I folded my arms. So I've heard. Maddox's eyebrows lifted ever so slightly. He knew. Of course he knew. I was just telling Chloe about the great pillow wall. I looked at him. You told someone about the pillow wall. It deserved recognition. It deserved privacy. He laughed. I didn't realize pillows signed confidentiality agreements. Chloe excused herself with a smile, leaving us alone. The second she disappeared around the corner, Maddox looked back at me. Okay. What? What was that? I don't know what you mean. You've used your professional voice 3 times in one conversation. I have a professional voice. You also have an annoyed voice. I'm not annoyed. Her what? He stepped a little closer. Are you jealous? My mouth fell open. What? I asked a question. That was an outrageous question. You didn't answer it, because it's ridiculous. He slipped his hands into his pockets, trying very hard not to smile. It wasn't flirting. I didn't say it was. You've been glaring at me for 20 minutes. I have been supervising. From behind a flower arrangement, heat rushed into my cheeks. I hate that you noticed. I notice everything about you. The teasing smile softened. I also noticed you haven't smiled once since you saw us talking. My heartbeat stumbled. He wasn't teasing anymore. I looked away. I don't know what this is supposed to be anymore. His expression changed. The playfulness disappeared completely. He took one careful step closer. So tell me. I can't. Why? Because this started as fake. It did. And then we kissed? We did. And now? I laughed nervously. Now I don't know what the rules are. There aren't any. I looked back at him. No? He slowly closed the distance between us until we were standing shoulder to shoulder. Not touching. Just close enough that I could feel the warmth radiating from him. The only thing I know, he said quietly, is that I wasn't flirting with Chloe. I searched his face. I was asking her what flowers she thought you'd like. I blinked. What? He smiled sheepishly. I wanted to buy you some after the wedding. The air left my lungs. You. I panicked when I realized I had no idea what your favorite flowers were. I stared at him. For a long moment, I couldn't find a single sarcastic reply. Then I did the only thing I could think of. I lightly shoved his shoulder. You're impossible, he laughed. And yet, his fingers brushed against mine for the briefest moment. You're still here. I looked down at our hands, then back up at him. A smile escaped before I could stop it. There it is, he whispered. What? The smile I've been waiting all morning to see. Somewhere inside the manor, someone called for the wedding party. Reality came rushing back. I straightened my blazer and picked up my clipboard. We should go. We should. Neither of us moved. Finally, he held out his hand. No more unnecessary jealousy? I slipped my hand into his. No more secret flower investigations. Deal. Hand in hand, we walked back toward the manor. I had a feeling the hardest part of this weekend wasn't planning the wedding anymore. It was pretending my heart hadn't already chosen a side.